A few weeks ago, Kathy and I were at our church for a prayer training session, which was held during the week. And at that session, I was asked to give a testimony of someone who I had prayed for. And years ago, I was in a church prayer line, and I came to a person to be prayed for, and I asked her, what would you like to be prayed for? And she said that she had chronic neck and spine pain for, I think it was 16 years, and she was also being harassed by an evil spirit. And so I asked her, was this neck and spine pain a result of an accident? And she said, yes, actually it was. And I said, was the accident someone's fault, including your own? So was someone responsible for your injuries, including yourself? And she said, well, as a matter of fact, yes. I said, had you ever considered forgiving that person, even if it was yourself, for the injury? She said, no, I hadn't thought of that. I said, would you be willing to do that right now? So she said, sure, and she prayed a very simple prayer of, I forgive them. So then I prayed for her healing and moved on to the next person. And 6 weeks later, she wrote to me from Europe, where she lived, and said that she was instantly healed and the evil spirit left her. And it was all because she had forgiven. So in about a 90-second interview, her life was completely changed through the power of forgiveness. So this is what I was explaining to the group in my church gathering. Well, the person sitting directly in front of me while I told this story had actually suffered a work injury about 6 months before and had chronic neck pain ever since that injury. And as he was listening to my story, it occurred to him that his injury was caused by someone else's negligence, and he was still quite angry with them and was certainly not forgiving them. And God spoke to him during my testimony that he should forgive that person because he wants to get rid of that neck pain. So while I was talking during the evening, he forgave that person and was instantly healed. And his neck pain disappeared. So you need to realize that testimonies have spiritual power. You see, I had no idea that giving that testimony that someone would be healed right in front of me. And so I want to encourage you that if God and when God does amazing and miraculous things for you, share it with someone else, because there is spiritual power that goes with a testimony, and it raises faith and expectation and trust. And so I want to encourage you to share your testimonies. You have no idea what might happen. Now, when you're listening to a testimony and someone tells us a testimony of something that God has done for them dramatically and their life has changed or they've been healed, and that's a miracle that you need in your life, don't just roll your eyes and say, oh, that'll never happen to me. I was like that for many years. In fact, I even did a blog, and there's a link to it below. I even did a blog about rolling your eyes at God. And so don't roll your eyes at God. The next time you hear a testimony about a need that was met that you need yourself, you say, I receive that, and allow God then to minister to you. Because start to pray with faith and with expectation that if it can happen to them, it can happen to you. So, give a testimony. Share what God has done for you. And if you need a miracle and you hear someone give a testimony of a miracle that you need, receive it and start to pray in faith. To live a transformed life, you need to share your testimonies with others so they can be encouraged, and receive the testimonies of others so you can be encouraged for your own healing. So now I want to hear from you. What has God done in your life that's been miraculous that you want to share with us? Just leave your comments in the box below, because we want to hear about it. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter by filling out the subscription form, which is always right there. And I'll talk to you again next week. But this week, share your testimonies.